Hi guys, this is a quick video answering the most frequently asked questions on how to remove a splinter without cutting, without needles, without any of that blood, sweat and tears. I'm going to tell you also how I learned about this technique, but let's get to the frequently asked questions. So the first one is, can I use brown sugar or refined sugar? Yes, any sugar crystals are fine as long as they're clean and they're just pure, they're not mixed with anything else. So brown, muscovado, any type of sugar, white, refined. Question 2, the splinter has been there for a few months. Will it still work? Yes, absolutely. This works after a few days, few weeks or few months. All you have to bear in mind is the longer it's been there, the longer it will take to come out. Does this take days to work? Well, no, it can work in a matter of hours. It really depends, each case is different. But what I tried to do in the video was say allow several days, because there are a lot of people who will quit very quickly and leave negative remarks because they're just not patient. And so you have to set people's expectations realistically. You're lucky if it comes out within a few hours, and that can happen, but it may take 1, 2, 3, even 4 days. And it depends on how consistent you are, because you have to be very consistent in how you do this, and I'll get into that over the next few questions probably. Can I use liquid soap? No, not really, because the soap is the thing that holds the sugar, and it needs to be fairly solid and it needs to be held in place with tape or whatever. So holding liquid in place doesn't work, forget about it. I'm not sure why I get these questions. Just follow the ingredients, very simple ingredients in the video. They're household ingredients, but you always get these questions asking, can you change the recipe, can you change the technique? No. Does it work on glass? Absolutely, it works on glass. You can even see in the comments or replies to some comments that people have had success removing glass splinters from their skin. Does this work on deep splinters? Yes, absolutely. Again, you can see in the comments, you'll find people who've had deep splinters removed with this. Again, you have to consider how long you're applying this for. Don't expect results in a few hours necessarily. Be prepared to stick with it. It really just depends. If you're willing to be consistent and do this, you will get results. Does this work on my foot or toe? Absolutely. It works on your foot, your toe, any part of your body. It could be on your ear, on your face, on your finger, on your forearm, anywhere. All you have to bear in mind is when it's on your foot or toe that it's not going to get dislodged, and it needs to be in constant contact with the area with the splinter. So if you're walking around and it's not exactly in a place where it's going to stick, then that could be an issue. So you just need to take those things into account. Use common sense. The splinter is under my fingernail or toenail. Will it work? Yes, it will work. What you should do ideally is cut back your nail and then apply the soap mixture to the tip right up to the nail, and so it's in full contact with as much skin as possible there. Press it in a little bit and then make sure it's covered and remains in contact, replaced regularly. If you need to wash your hands, take it off, put another one on, and use fresh soap and sugar mix. So as long as you're prepared to have it there on your finger, it will work and it will come out from under your nail. I've done that several times and it's worked a treat. Does it work on cactus thorns? Well, it works on all types of thorns, any plants, roses, cacti, anything, and just apply it, it will work, no problem at all. Does it work on metal splinters? Yes. How do you know this technique? Well, when I was a child, I was living in Italy, and we had a nurse actually come and stay with us from England, and she was just on holiday. She was a friend of the family. I always really hated injections and things being stuck in my skin and this horrible way adults just cut your skin open and try and get splinters out. For me, it was quite unpleasant, and I'd literally do anything to avoid that. And she just suggested doing this, and it worked, and I've never forgotten it. And I think it's just a shame that so many people don't know about it, because it just avoids so much nonsense and so much negative energy around association with pain and negativity. When you see a nurse or a doctor or your parents want to fix something for a child, it can all be done without pain. So it's great to share. If people want to pick things out and cut their fingers and do it what I would say is the hard way, they're welcome to, but this is just a great alternative that you could share and help people with. Does this work on skin that's healed over? Yes, it does, but bear in mind it might take some time to work. Just be patient and let it work. If you want, you can slightly graze the skin above it before you put on the soap, but you don't need to cut into your hand or anything. You could just literally scratch it a little bit with your nail. Nothing serious, just a few scratches with your nail. Does this work on stone, grit? And I will also add there tableware, splinters of pottery, clay, china, just so we cover everything. And the answer is yes, it will work on them just the same. On any kind of inclusions beneath the skin, it will work. The only thing you have to bear in mind, I might add, is if things are going bad, they're going discoloured, there seems to be some sign of infection, go straight and seek medical attention. This is not applicable treatment for when you have infections. Does the soap and sugar put pressure onto the splinter and stop it coming out? That's a good question. In theory, it sounds like it might not come out, but actually what happens is you have to actually have a good pressure. You have to have really good contact. So the better the contact, the more it will work. You can't just have sort of light contact. It needs to be right pressed down onto it, and the tape is going to hold that mixture right in contact all day long. That's what we want. So you need to check it and make sure it's always in contact, and then it will work, and it will work fast. So no, to conclude that, it doesn't stop it coming out, it actually helps it coming out. Might be counterintuitive, but it works, believe me. Does this work on splinters from old rope, fishbone, plastic? Yes, it works on all of the above. How tight should the tape be? Well, it should be tight enough that it holds the soap mixture in contact with your skin and it's not going to get knocked off so easily. But it also should not be so tight that it causes you any pain or it starts to cut off the blood circulation. It should be just good enough so it maintains contact of the mixture with your finger or toe or whichever part of your body it's around. Final question, can it be any kind of tape? And the answer is yes, as long as it's a clean tape such as a medical type tape. All the tape does is just literally hold it in place so the soap can't move out of position, and it also helps apply pressure so it's in contact. So as long as it's doing those two things and it's clean, then anything fits the bill. Thanks for watching. I hope this works for you, and please give me a like. It just helps me to increase my time that I devote to videos which might help people. And if you subscribe to my channel, in the future I'm going to be putting some more videos out of helpful things that I know that might be interesting for you also. Okay, take care. I hope this helps you, and all the best.